Hello and welcome. How are you all doing? That's fine. Oops, don't want caps on. I did say I'd be back today, and here I am. Just continuing with the combat patrol, really, for World Eaters. Yeah, I was wondering what to kind of live stream, and I've settled on, I say finishing the box. I've still got another 10 World Eaters, Corn Berserkers to build. But I thought I'd have a good crack at these today. All starts off with the Dishonored. It's on the big Terminator base as well. $79 is the other leg. Quite thick legs. 80. This cloak. So if and when you do buy a box of Jakhals, this is it. It's just 2 sprues. I say 2 sprues. It is kind of 2 sprues. In the box, they will have broken this into the 2. C83 and 81. 83. And 81. You also got this 82 piece. There it is. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. I think that's a bit of flash. I think that's part of it. And then you've got a choice of heads, it seems. $84 to $87. I might just go for the biggest head, you know, this 87 one. And then you've got a choice of weapons. Did they show? Yeah. I'm going to go for this wrecking ball full of skulls. So 93 and 88. So this cleaver thing, chain cleaver. That'd be right arm, and then 88 is this ball and chain full of skulls. With, I think these skulls here that go on the front of it. Oh wow, it's many pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 4 pieces. 91 and 90. There's 90. And then 91. This, is that the piece? Yeah, it's got to be this piece. Yeah, please do put, you know, in the comments below what you're working on right now. If you're building anything, painting anything, and that is the Dishonored kind of complete. So let's Tidy up this base a little bit. Do these kits have spare chain axes that can be used with those Marines? Yeah, the Khorne Berserkers do. I think they have the arms connected with them, but it should work fine. Going to finish off one of your Vindicators. Good, thank you for sharing. It's always good to hear what other people are working on while you're listening to me rattle on. Really nice stream last night. It was great. Built the one of the Vindicators. You may have even been part of the live stream last night as well. My lighting is a bit odd today. That's a bit better. Marcus, you're trying to build the Cataphracti Iliastus pattern assault cannon. Need to bend the resin. Okay. Yeah, hairdryer. Oh, hang on. The resin one. Interesting. Yeah, hairdryer. I would hairdryer. You probably used resin before, but hairdryer on one side of the resin for probably like 10 to 20 seconds maybe, and then do it the other side so you get the heat radiating through. Obviously, you know, wear gloves or some kind of protection or something, or even if you've got some pliers, hold it just so that the hairdryer doesn't kind of melt your fingers. It's not, honestly, it's not worth it. That's what I would suggest. Good luck with that. I will stop at some point, probably about 4 o'clock, just to grab a cup of tea. Got to the stage in the day where I am a bit sleepy now. Super needs a nap. This is the thing, like when you're not at work, you just power through it, don't you? But when you're kind of at home and you're not at work, you know, you can just think, oh, well, the sofa's just there or the bed's just there. You just bought the Siege of Chthonian book. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Marcus. Yeah. As always, you're welcome to join the Discord. It's all free. Obviously, it will always be free. And the reason why I say that is because there are also many people in Discord that have they've got a lot of experience, and they may be able to answer quicker than I can answer. Really. Let me just put the link for the Discord just in case people are tuning in for the first time and they're not aware of it. Kriegsman, you're back. Hello, how are you doing? Oh, did I pin that? Yeah, there we go. That's better. There's no rush today to get these kind of finished at all. I've got tomorrow to do them as well. I mean, if I can get them done today, that'd be fantastic. They look a little bit in depth, more in depth than say the normal Chaos Cultists, just because they have a fair few options, which is odd, isn't it? Because you kind of definitely expect Chaos Cultists to have loads of options, loads of posability, because you're going to have many of them. You want them to stand out. But these guys and girls do not seem to have more. So yeah, good luck with your hobby projects today, whatever you're up to. I will try and be live for 6 o'clock. So the next few hours I'll try and still be here working away so we can look at the pre-order previews together live. It'd be quite fun. Oops. You had a nice picnic with the family. Good. Sounds good, Krieg. Very good. Pleased to hear it. I think earlier when I was playing Bolt Gun, you were making sandwiches or something, so that's great to hear. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think there should have been more to this World Eaters release than what we received. I probably said this before when I was comparing them to Death Guard. Well, I'm guessing we've got Emperor's Children next then. Hope they get more release than World Eaters. I mean, I am still quite chuffed that, you know, World Eaters got their own combat patrol with quite a big discount. You know, they could have just not done that and released all the minis separately. You're afraid to build him? Which Terminator Praetor? Which one? Imperial Fists. Oh, okay. That Praetor's fine. That Terminator Praetor is fine to put together. You won't really have any issues with that one, as far as I can remember. And that is done. Fair bit of work on this though. What I'm planning to do is just glue everything to do with this ball and chain thing weapon. That I can. It's strange how that kind of goes together. Yeah, very, very odd. This this thing, this weapon. You really like the Angron model? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Good, good. Good to hear. Hello, Revan. How are you doing? Hello from earlier. When you first saw the Dishonored, you thought he was an Astartes that had been punished. Could be, right? Could he be? Surely. Could be. He's pretty big. But then again, it is corn, isn't it? It is wild eaters. They're all pretty large. I don't know. I don't think that they could do that to an Astartes. I don't think they could punish them into a state that they would fight for the heretics. I think it sort of has to be done through other means. Okay, that's that done. Let's put him together now. Okay. And this cloak thing will go on there. Oh, that goes on quite nicely. So everybody's predictions for tonight's pre-order preview then. Has anybody got anything that they'd like to see? Now it looks like that goes in, that feeds into there. Yeah. That's what we will do. There we go. And then we can place that on there. And I think that will go on his head, connected to his head, which is right here. So yeah, looks like that is the case. All those wiring, the butcher's nails or whatever you want to call them, stims, combat stims, directly into his brain. Yeah, so that works well. Just got to put his arms on, and this thing, which just goes on his wrist. Not quite sure which way though. Might go around that way. Yeah, thought as much. Put his arms on. Start off with this one. And then this arm. Like so. And then I'm going to glue him to the base. Quite a large base. He wouldn't have really fit on a 32mm, so quite chuffed that he's on a 40. He stands out a bit. He does look base does look a bit too big for him, but like I say, he wouldn't have been on a 32. There's just no way. Just centralising him on there. And there you go. That is the Dishonored. that's the Dishonored. So he's the head honcho and stuff. Yeah, definitely, Marcus. Definitely, I totally agree there. Yeah, they do need a bit more attention. Find any gaps. Nope. Good. Now, I don't know whether we've got 10 or 9 and him. 10 including him. So for some reason they've given us 10 bases. So we can remove a base. We've got a spare base. Hello. Yeah, I do have a lot of hobby things. I store it in many places, really. It's obviously too much to have on display all the time. And if I did, that would make it really easy to steal as well. So no, I store it in a number of places, number of locations. Oh, nice one, Ash. Nice one. You just received yours. Great. Okay, so that was the Dishonored, and now we make the pack leader. I kind of thought the Dishonored was the pack leader, but I guess not. But this pack leader, we're going to go for like the one with the skulls and the... Oh, I don't know. The pack leader has like a chain fist type weapon. It looks decent. Let's find his body. 66. This one. It's great that all the Jakhals, all the 10 Jakhals, are on this. I say one sprue. It'll be 2 if you bought it. Then we need 68 for the right arm, which I think is this one, along with a number of weapons. I'm going to go for... I'm going to go for 67. This one here. Yeah, I'm going to go for this one. Why not? Yeah. And then, so we want to build blue. So blue, you don't have to use the chain fist thing. You can use the chain axe. I might use the chain axe. C70. There we go. Yeah, I probably would suggest you build these like one at a time, maybe, because if you get all the weapons and things mixed up, it might be an issue. I think it's 69 is the chain axe we're going for. Yeah, this one. So that's the arms and the actual weapons. We need the power plant thing, or the stim pack at the back, which is 76. I think is this one. Along with the skulls, 75. And then we also need a head. I'm going to go for the one with the top knot, why not? C74, this one. And then I think that's him done. Yeah. Oh no, he needs a loin cloth appendage thing, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go for the 77. Yeah, this one. My Chaos army is definitely growing. Growing hugely over the past sort of couple of years. And then when Emperor's Children eventually are released, then it's going to get another buff, isn't it? The extra base is a freebie. If you want to start a new army, you have to sell stuff for space. All right, okay. Well, I don't think things take up that much space. You want to start an Orc Truck Boy army for 10th edition, but you'd have to sell an army. That's fair enough. You fixing a bunch of models that got destroyed after you drove home from a game on Friday, left them in a counter, in a box, then a jar of peanut butter. Oh no! Chili fin. Oh, that sounds awful. Yeah, that's not good. Having to repair models. Especially if they're like painted and things, you know, because then you don't want to mess up the paint jobs either with super glue or sometimes even plastic glue. Yeah, broken models, that sucks. I feel for you. It's happened to me as well before. I've had them break on the way to game sessions, and I've always taken glue with me, so I've repaired them when I got there. But it still sucks having to like glue models before you even start a game. It's like I came to have a few games, not to hobby, not to model. Yeah, I get that. Sell Eldar to pay for Orcs. I mean, I think Orcs have really got more new models now than Eldar. You know, there's definitely a fair few Eldar units that are getting on a bit now, models that are getting on about. Well, I mean, Titan boxes are good to store models in if you've got any big boxes like that. Also, layering is very good. You know, so put some models at the bottom, then put a sheet of bubble wrap, and then put more models and so on. I'd probably say like vehicles on the bottom and heavier minis like resin or metal. And then at the very, very top you have like troops or lighter models. That's the way I do it. I mean, it seems quite straightforward, but then again, I have to label my boxes as kind of, you know, box of Land Raiders or box of Sakarans or random Primaris or box of Dreadnoughts. Some of the smaller armies, I say smaller, like my Custodes army, is spread over a number of boxes. So Okay, this is an interesting one because his legs already kind of attached. You just got to attach the weapons to the arms and then the arms to the torso, really, for this one. Yeah, it's quite straightforward. It probably has a couple of extra things that a normal Jackal doesn't, like the top icon banner thing. In a way, these Jackals, with their chain axes and things and skulls, are all sort of reminded me of Slaves to Darkness a little bit. Makes me want to get their start collecting set, Combat Patrol, whatever you want to call it, Vanguard set. Right, there you go. I knew the word was in there somewhere. Yeah, really. Are there any factions you don't collect, have any models for? That's a really good question. Tau, I don't think I have a single model for Tau. And Leagues of Votan, I don't think I have anything for them. Dark Eldar I do have some models for, but I don't collect them, and I wouldn't classify myself as collecting them. Astra Militarum, I do have a few models for them here and there. Obviously, like you see Sly Marbo in nearly every video, and I've got Bane Blades and Shadow Swords, things like that, but I wouldn't really classify myself as collecting Astra Militarum. There's plenty of Age of Sigmar armies I don't collect. Plenty of those. Lord of the Rings and Hobbit I do not collect. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I mean, nothing wrong with them. But apart from that, that's about it. So I think it was about 18 armies or something like that. And then Space Marines is, yeah, Space Marines have got 6 legions with models for and things. So, but the main legion is Dark Angels. Yeah. I mean, again, the only reason I picked these up and building these and, you know, covering them is because of the channel. Like I said I would cover World Eaters when I first saw some of the models, and here I am. I don't think it's not going to progress into a full army or anything. Not like Death Guard did. Death Guard I covered for the channel, and then they did turn into a full army. Oh, thank you. No, I don't. No, I don't think Angron's better than Mortarion. No, I think Mortarion is better, and I have more fun building Mortarion. If you want to see Mortarion, then I would greatly. I'm more than happy to plop him down here for you. There he is. I think Mortarion is nicer. And then you've got a model like this, which is sort of £65 or so, and that's the Vashtor. That's how big Vashtor is. Head height is taller than Angron, but yeah. It is a bank holiday here in the UK, and I said that last night. What that means is that in some professions you get the full day off and you get paid for it, but I will not be live streaming tomorrow. I live streamed a few hours yesterday building the Vindicator, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you everyone that made that stream awesome, positive. Had some really good chats and things in that one. And yeah, I'll try and get back for Wednesday. I always say I'll try, but you know, sometimes I've got plans on Wednesdays. But I'll definitely stick to the Saturdays from now on. I will be live streaming this Saturday. Hopefully I'll be accepting delivery of the Seraphon models. I haven't decided what I'm going to build. I might build one Croxigore, and the thing is I really want to build a Salamander. So it might be the Salamander and the Croxigore, and that might take me the 3 hours. If I've got any time left over, I could try and build an Agrodon, but I think that might be pushing it. We'll see. But I definitely want to build a Salamander in the live stream on Saturday. And then Diablo comes out that week after. So I might live stream a little bit of Diablo. Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether they're bigger models. I mean, I think they're very relative. The thing is, they could have made them bigger. So, you know, I think Angron is relatively small, from what I can think of in the lore and things. I would have expected Angron, the Red Angel, to be at least as big as Cabanda, from everything I've read. But he is not in model form. And when you say bigger models, do you mean like knights, I guess? I mean, I'd say knights are big models, and then titans even more so. But yeah, I mean, obviously there's a knight, there is a knight, and that is a big model compared to the demon primarchs, for sure. You know, so yeah, probably understand it if you meant like knight size. Even just the Questoris knights are pretty big, aren't they? Right. Oh, where's that shoulder pad coming off? How big would you say your Death Guard army is? It's a really good question. I don't know whether I could count the Warhammer 40k Conquest minis into that as well. I think I built most of them. I don't know. I wouldn't like to guess either. It's definitely a fair few thousand though. And then if you counted all the Horus Heresy minis, because I've got like Typhon and I've got Grave Wardens, and you know, I'd probably say I could get away with it. It's not as big as Dark Angels, but with some of the 40k stuff, I'd probably say it's the second largest out of everything. Then maybe Custodes. I don't know. I'm thinking my Death Guard is bigger than my Custodes, but yeah. The thing is, Custodes have got some big units, like the Telemon and the big flyer. Largest model you own is Ghazghkull. Ghazghkull's a big model though, definitely. I put off picking up Ghazghkull for a long time. I'm not sure why. Might have been because of the size. I don't know. I don't really know why I put off picking him up. I should have picked him up earlier because he's fantastic. The rules are pretty good too. We did do that. Yeah. This is the thing. Death Guard are kind of finished in a way for 40k for me. For picking up any models, there's probably a few more things I pick up that have sort of been nerfed. I wouldn't mind a Flesh Mower. I wouldn't mind another Plague Burst Crawler. I think I've got two or three. I can't remember, but. Okay, so we can start gluing this pack leader together. Okay. So there are cutouts on the skulls to connect to the plant thing itself, whatever you want to call it. Out of all the Chaos Primarchs, who is the least likely to get a miniature? Horus. Perturabo, they could do Perturabo sort of. I do think Fulgrim will be next though. Yeah, I do think Fulgrim will be next. He already has two. This is very true. He does have two. But those two are for Horus Heresy, not Chaos Primarchs. I would say I would call anything a Chaos Primarch like if it exists within 40k. Before then, it's just a Primarch or a Ascended Primarch, I'd say. This is interesting. So it looks like you don't have to put this thing on if you don't want to. Well, that makes sense. You can have him just as a normal jackal. Might be worth putting the head on first. Strange sort of head tilt going on. Oh, brilliant. Very, very, not very strong that at all. I was expecting stronger stuff. There you go. That'll probably work a bit better. And the chains will just connect to the wrists. Yeah, a fair few contact points for this one, all things considered. You know, the 3 contact points, 4 if you include the power plant, the stim plant. Well, I don't know what you call it. We'll find out in a moment. I've got the codex nearby. But yeah, that's that one done. That's the Jackal leader. Let me just get the book because it's nearby, and it's probably, when I stick him to the base, probably a good time to go grab a cup of tea, actually, and then we can work on this icon bearer dude. Yeah, looks good. Let's just put this on here. Yeah, it's pretty awesome looking. Definitely in line with the what I'd expect World Eaters kind of cultist things to look like. So I'm just going to go grab a cup of tea and the codex, which is nearby. So I always like to have a bit of a stretch and walk around. So without no expense spared, I will be right back. And I'll just be a couple of minutes. Oh. Okay, I am back. Just got to be careful where I put this cup of tea though. Down there will do. Okay, what I've done is I've also brought with me the Wild Eaters Codex. So we can have a little look at just what this these backpack things really are. For the Jakhals, they're just stims. It's just a stim pack, isn't it? The unit will suffer D3 mortal wounds, and then to the end of that phase you get +1 strength characteristic, so you're getting a strength 4. You can kind of have 20 in a unit though, which I suppose is quite nice. Nicer than the actual Khorne Berserkers, where you can only get 10 of them. Right, on to the next one, which is this icon bearer. Icon bearer thing. So C38, this one. You can already see the icon. Oh, can I sneeze? Oh! Sorry about that. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you, Higgs. Thank you. Okay, 39, which is the front cloak. And then 41 is the arm. Oh, it's all the way up here. And then a chainsword, which can be any chainsword, 20A, one of these. We'll go for 27, which is this one. We'll need a head, and it can be any head. Yeah, it can be any head. I don't know what head to go for though. They use one with tusks. That looks quite cool. Which I can't find. Oh, there he is. Yeah, this one. We'll go for this dude. And then there should be a banner pole. Along with the icon itself, and then you've got a choice of weaponry, and it could be any sea weaponry. No, that's for green. So we just need the stim pack, which is 47 right here, and then that's him done. So not too many pieces for this one. It might be worth getting the other one ready as well, because there's not many pieces for that. So yeah, we can get the other one ready. I'm happy to do that. Happy to get the other one ready. 56 and 57 and 58 and probably a 55 for the stim pack. No, 58. That's a stim pack. There's 56. Yeah, we're going to go for this big chain blade thing. I think we can do that. I think they've all got sort of chain blades. What it sounds like. I don't think any of them have Mauler chain blade. For every 10 models in the unit, one Jackal chain blades can be replaced with one Mauler chain blade, which is what we're about to make. Yeah, so this is going to be the Mauler chain blade of the unit. This guy. So 63, 60, and 64. 63. 60. There it is. And then the big Mauler chain blade. Yeah, this thing's huge. And then any head. I might go for. There's a dude with a spiky spikes on his head. This dude, I might go for him. He looks quite cool. Yeah, I might go for him. Don't know whether the back of his head's going to affect the stim pack, but we'll see. Anyway, that's him done. If I do a third one, then we can do another 3 and then the final 2, or another 2 and then a final 3. So let's do 3, 3, 2 actually. So let's get this other one ready, which is quite straightforward, this next one. C1 and C2. This one doesn't have a fancy large weapon, just got 2 chain sword, chain blade things. Any head, just need to get the right stim pack. Yeah, any head, any weapons for this one. So 20A and 20C. So A is the right hand, C is the left hand. What I might go for is actual chain axe, which is either 59 or 5. Let's do 5. And then the other one is a chain blade, so C4 or C25. There's 25. Let's use that one. And that one's done, just need to find a head for him. I'll go for the gas mask head this time. And then that one's done as well. So yeah, that you can soon build the numbers up with these. I don't think sort of 20 are going to take you too long, really. I'm just going to clean all of these parts and then pop them together. Kind of feel like this is what the Cultist box set should have been like as well. You know, plenty of head options, different melee weapons, and range weapons too. I just hope that Traitor Guardsmen will be, you know, have plenty of options. And I know they've already got some Traitor Guardsmen out that do have a few options, but I'd like to see a dedicated set be released. I can't make a range focus Jackal. Well, no, it's Khorne, isn't it? It's blood for the blood god. They don't really want to go for range. They want to be up close and personal. You know. Okay, right, let's put these together, and then that's half of them done. You know, it's 5 out of the 10. Would I pick up another set of these? If I was collecting like an army, yeah, but the thing is, Khorne Berserkers is just so cool, and whichever way you look at it, at the end of this box set, you've got 3 troop choices, so, you know. I mean, that is the World Eaters army right there. That's the full army that I have. So definitely way smaller than the Death card force. If I was turning them into an army, I'd most likely get a Rhino for them, and you know, probably a Land Raider maybe. It would be awesome to have like a Dreadclaw or a Charybdis and have Khorne Berserkers pop out of it. I think a Hellbrute would work well, and a World Eater's army too. I don't know, what would everybody else's World Eaters force comprise of? I mean, if you could have Khorne Berserkers in units of 20, then I'd, just for the giggles, I would have 40 Khorne Berserkers. I just have 2 lumps of 20, and then a Lord on a Juggernaut. And then with any points remaining, probably go for some anti-armor. It is a good number, but you can only take them in a unit of 10, which is awful. So their survivability is kind of in question. It sort of forces you to get, you know, now that you can't have them in a unit of 20, it kind of forces you to buy a Rhino for them, or a Land Raider even, for protection. No, I don't. I think that's too few. Too few. I think it should be 20. I think the 8 bound should be in a unit of 4 or 8. Not 3. Much like you've got Plague Marines that are in a unit of 7. That works though, because their toughness is so good. And they feel no pain, or whatever you call it nowadays. Yeah, definitely £8 should be. I wish you could run juggernauts in units of 3. Yeah, that would be crazy, wouldn't it? Oh, okay. Okay, that wasn't as tough as I expected to clean up. I thought I was going to have a bit of a nightmare with this icon, but it turned out to be okay. How it goes to get, okay, that's it, just goes on now, like so then. Yeah, I'll be around for another like hour and a half or so, till about 6, till the pre-order preview drops. Which is quite rare for me. It's quite rare for me anyway to be here on a Sunday, let alone. Talk about the pre-orders. I don't think it'll be 10th edition. I think it's still a bit too early. They said June anyway, didn't they? So, which it is not yet, not quite. Compared to Orc Combat Patrol, what makes this one lacking? I don't know. I think the Orc Combat Patrol is lacking. You've got monopose minis in that one. You've got Snickrot, but again, personal choice. But I prefer the older Snickrot. What big unit do you get in the Orc one? I'm gonna have to have a look. This is easily the best one, I would say. All brand new miniatures in it. The Mega Armor Boss, yeah, it's been around for a while. Yeah, 20 boys, but they're all monopose and they all look the same. And an old mini, yeah. No, this one's definitely better. Easily. Oh, hang on. Are you talking about? Hang on, I need to have a look at this. Which one are you talking about? The one that I got? Let me type that into Games Workshop. Why do I feel like there's two floating about? Orcs Combat Patrol. Okay, so the Dreadnought is good, but it is a pretty old model now. The boys, they're all monopose, with no options. Mega Armored War Boss is very good if you don't already have that model, and the Deathcopters again are monopose. There's no options whatsoever. Yeah, this set definitely beats it. Yeah, you've got 20 Khorne Berserkers, but there's loads of options for them. The Lord Invocatus slash Juggernaut, Lord on Juggernaut, easily beats the Mega Armored War Boss, because not only can you make one or the other, you've actually got multiple options for the pose and weapon options for the Lord. The Jakhals, you've got different options for the chain axes and chain blades and things. So, I mean, at a push, I reckon they could have included a Hellbrute in as well. But, you know, when you're pushing £40 for some Khorne Berserkers, it's like £160 worth of stuff there. You know. I'm not referring to a Boarding Patrol. I'm looking at the Combat Patrol Orcs right now, and that's the one with the Death Killer in. Or am I also thinking about, there is a Boarding Patrol, isn't there? Orcs Boarding Patrol. Boarding Patrol. Boarding Patrol. When you type in Orcs Boarding Patrol, nothing comes up. So let's go on to 40k Xenos Orcs. Nothing. View all. High to low. No, there isn't even a Boarding Patrol anymore with Snickrot in. No, it's just on Games Workshop's own website. It's just the Combat Patrol now. So yeah, they did have it then, I guess, with Snickrot as the Boarding Patrol, but they don't anymore. So yeah. yeah, if it's not about anymore, then we can't really put it into that. Yeah, only 1,000 Sons and Sisters remaining, yeah. Yep. Oh. So it should be like that. Yeah, good. Just trying to connect the chains and things. It's a bit finicky, isn't it? Really is. There you go. Hello, Artie Bob. How's Balkan? Yeah, it's all right. Played it for a couple of hours, not too long. Don't want to spend all day playing it. I wanted to crack on with these as well. Good to see you though again. Terminator Squad is discontinued, but the Assault Terminator not yet. Well, no. Well, they haven't announced anything for Assault Terminators, have they? They haven't. They will come. I'm sure they will, but it might be quite a while. You think they're going to redo some of the combat patrols, judging by the recent article? Okay, that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, the whole point of 8th edition is these combat patrols as well, or whatever they are, so that you can just have an army in a box really and just play that combat patrol with somebody else's. I think that's the big sort of selling point. That's the icon bearer. So I've got a leader, a Dishonored, and an icon bearer. What does it actually say about the Dishonored? I'm interested now. Doesn't say anything there. What about these? No, it doesn't really say anything there. Jakhals, here you go. Okay, that's fine, yeah. Final ingredient pumped into them in this way is 8 drops of World Eater blood. Doesn't really say anything about the Dishonored. It says about 8 bound. That's annoying. Anyway, I want to do another review of Khan the Betrayer. Have I done a review of Khan? I think I have. Let me just have a little look. Khan the Betrayer Super Saiyan. Yeah, 3 years ago. Ooh. When exactly was that 3 years ago? Oh, it's 2019, June. Okay. Interesting. 2019 though. Seems really strange. But it was at that point. I wonder why. I unboxed him 4 years ago. Oh, in April 2019. How bizarre. I wonder if I picked him up a bit beforehand. I'd like to know why I picked him up. Seems a bit odd. And what date in April? Just the 21st of April. Okay. That seems like an odd date. Isn't this the army set? Oh, you mean like an army set when they would release them, like all the new models in one? They could have done quite easily. They could have just put all of these in an army set with a book. Or maybe they could have put 1 unit of Berserkers, Juggernaut, Jakhals, and 8 bound. And then a special book. I guess it would be very similar to the Combat Patrol. And also typically like Combat Patrols and things come out way after. I mean, look at Seraphon. I don't think we're going to get a Vanguard set for quite some time. And even if we did, I think the Vanguard set probably would not have all of the new minis that we've recently just been we're about to get. I don't know. I mean, it's an odd one. Like, sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. It's odd because like orcs, there was a lot of new models with those kind of feral orcs, so I can see why there was an army set with them. For sisters, definitely. But since then, Sisters have received some new minis. I do think that there's some minis missing from this release that they'll release later on. Probably 2 or 3 units, like they've done with other factions. I mean, Votan, they obviously had an army set for them, didn't they? But Tyranids, like, this is a thing, like, Tyranids won't get an army set, I don't think. But yet, there's a lot of new Tyranid models coming out for 10th. And I've got a feeling there's a lot of new Space Marine models coming out for 10th. Like, where's the Dreadnought, though? Where's the Close Combat Redemptor Dreadnought that came out months ago? That hasn't been released separately. Yeah, I think they'll have new Vanguard at some point, but they haven't released one. We'll see. I just feel like there's a lot more emphasis on 40k combat patrols and boarding patrols and all those kind of things, more than there is for the Vanguard for Age of Sigmar. I still prefer the start collecting sets, you know. I wish they sort of brought them back. You know, these sets that are, let's face it, £100, you know, it's quite a bit of a chunk of money to spend on a new army, or, well, at least an army that you're not familiar with, maybe. I don't know, I would like to see them just stock Seraphon. There's quite a few minis that are just out of stock. That's a bit of a shame. So I wonder if they did bring out a Vanguard set, whether they'd have the stock to fulfill it. That's the other thing. that's one of these spiky head things going on. We're just going to clean up both of these at the same time and then stick them together. Well, not together, but build them, you know what I mean. What is your favourite plastic Horus Heresy model? Oh, it's a really good question. My favourite plastic Horus Heresy model. If I had to pick one. Not really prepared for that question. In terms of looks and build and all those kind of things, looks coolest. I know, I think the Kratos does look quite cool. I think it's probably going to be the Knight Lancer when that's released in plastic. But at the moment, I probably would say the Kratos, because that really is the rule of cool, because in game, like sinking sort of 300 points on something that big and with those few hull points and the firepower as well, you know, isn't fantastic. I think some of the weapons could be further range. Scorpius is nice, don't get me wrong. That's probably one of my favourite models to build, I'd say, Scorpius tank. I mean, put it this way, I've got 2 plastic Spartans, but I've got 3 plastic Kratoses. So yeah, I'd probably say with that, now that you know that, it probably is quite obvious that Kratos is probably my favourite. I mean, the Contemptor is nice, but it just doesn't have the posability of the resin. So, and the same with the Leviathan. Like the Leviathan's all right, but I strongly feel like it could have been one kit with all the options. Sounds expensive. Well, yeah, this hobby's expensive. It's very true. Right. Not even when you add in a resin torso. Definitely not, Maxim. Like that makes it worse. You know, if you get a plastic Contemptor kit with a resin torso for like 60 odd pounds, I mean, no. I would rather spend, I think, 80 or 90 pounds on a Moirax, on an Armiger Moirax with 2 conversion beamers. I'd rather spend it on that than a Contemptor. Don't get me wrong, like the Dark Angels and the other legions are going to have a fair few Contemptors. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be more Contemptors than any other type of dreadnoughts, and I am holding off on getting another Deredio because I'm quite confident that'll come out in plastic now. Can't see why it wouldn't. Just really want the Xiphon to come out in plastic. It's a fantastic kit in resin, and just feel like it needs the plastic treatment. Resin or plastic Contemptor? What, as in if I had to have the choice? Resin, definitely. Are you really saying that the new hybrid Heresy kits are worse than the previous? Yes, I definitely am. Stick to one, either stick to resin or stick to plastic, but don't go all the way in. Don't just kind of go halfway in. Like it's like the weapons. They should have kept the weapons in resin as an option. You know, they did for the Leviathan, which I would argue sells less than the Contemptor. But yeah, to have this go-between just confuses people that haven't even stepped into the world of resin, and they just want to stick to plastic. They just, you know. Which is better, get one Leviathan and range weapons, or one melee and one range Leviathan? Get one Leviathan and one Leviathan plus range weapons, or one melee and one range Leviathan. What? Are you saying get one Leviathan with ranged or one with melee? Melee, definitely. There's no contest. Always go for melee and drop pod it in. I think you can drop pod it in. I think. I know you used to be able to, but I would check that out first. But yeah, it does way more damage with its melee weapons. Oh, you mean one full range or one mixed? Oh, okay. As a rule, I would always try and go for one or the other. Like, give it one job. So obviously I've got here is an example of a Contemptor. So I've gone for full range. It can sit back and fire all those las cannon shots, and your enemy is going to have to deal with that. But then I've got another example, which is this Dark Angels one, where I can run that. I can keep charging forwards with that, firing its plasma cannon, and again they're going to have to deal with that before it hits things. But going full melee for a Contemptor, it's good to have a ranged weapon on a Contemptor. But sorry, you're talking about Leviathan, sorry. Mixed is all right, but the thing is with a mixed Leviathan is the weapons aren't as good as on like a Contemptor. They're all short range, and by the time you get into range with them, you might as well have taken the other melee weapon. So that's why for Leviathan, I'd always go for full melee. Contemptors are a little bit different because they've got a wider range of weaponry that is longer range as well. But Leviathans, I'd always go for full melee. Still magnetise them, of course. But what retooling would I like next? Let's have a little look. So, if we just go to, there's 103 items. Maybe the Traitor Esoterist Consul, we can retool him, specifically his right arm. We could retool the Stormbird. We could definitely retool the Storm Eagle and the Fire Raptor. Retool the Bombards. They've already been retooled. I haven't even built my Morbius. Need to do that. Legion Dreadnought drop pod. I remember when they were like £60. £77.50. Wow. So the Javelin Land Speeder is full on £76 now. And we're missing out on the Cyclone missile launchers now. It just looks odd. That's all. Relic Contemptor Dreadnought. That is disappearing. Hope we get some rapier batteries in plastic. The thing is, the Traitor Esoterist Consul would look pretty good in my Wordbearer's army, I have to say. And the Librarian Consul would look... I haven't got a Loyalist that has Mark 6 though, have I? I've got Fists. Oh, Raven Guard. Raven Guard have Psychers though? I don't know. Anyway, back to chat. Let's get off Forge World website before I buy things. Well, I definitely would rather get the Librarian than the Esoterist. And I think that's his head done. A couple more pieces to go. and then that's 2 down. And then we're going to go for 3 and then a 2. Tamiya extra thin, is it bad if it goes foggy? How much have you got left? I mean, my issue with the Tamiya extra thin is it got so low that I had to shake it up every time to get some of the glue onto the brush. How long have you had it? I mean, as long as it still works, should be okay. Usually these glues and things go foggy when you've introduced, say, a bit too much plastic, like from the glue. Like if I put the brush on the dust of the plastic there and then put it back in the pot, over time that would make it go foggy. Oh, you've had it a long time. Just get another pot then for like £5 if you're concerned. There's only a quarter of it left. You know, that's when it gets quite annoying, is when you have to shake the pot just to grab a bit of glue on the brush. I always read in the comments sometimes people use that point in time of the glue's life cycle to make sprue glue, where they just put bits of sprue into it at the bottom and then they mix it up, and then you've got a thicker kind of joining glue. I've never done that before, but other people do, so of course you can't really then use the glue as intended at that point, because you know the ratio is off. More of a gap filler at that point. Okay, that's those fully cleaned up, so we can put them together. I think we're actually on the other page for this now. Moment of truth. think that's fine. Yeah. See if this head works. Yeah. Yeah, that head works. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, it's okay. A little bit close to the base. Yep, so that's that guy done. Massive Mauler chain blade though. I like that. Now we can work on this fella. For some reason they put the stim pack on kind of last. Little odd, but yeah, they want you to put the head on now, which I've already picked. And then the stim pack along with the chains. I think what we'll do is we'll go like so, add a little bit of glue on each. Quite happy with that, the way that went. It's quite quick. Now, I think the difficulty with this guy is actually just putting him on the base. So you've got one foot that's connecting. Uh, 50 minutes left. What did everyone predict for pre-orders later? Nothing. I don't think anyone did. I did ask. New starter Underworlds. More Lizardmen? What? That's Night Lancer. Yeah, Side Games Weekend. Next week will be the announcement of the Leviathan pre-order. Interesting. Yeah, so if that's next weekend, that'll be the 3rd. So it'll be able to pre-order on the 10th or the 17th. I think it'll be a 2-week pre-order window. It's kind of got to be pre-order for the 10th and pre-order for the 17th, hasn't it? It can't be the 17th and 24th because the 24th would run you through to the 1st of July. which isn't really June. It doesn't count as June. So I think it'll be up for pre-order on the 10th. Release is 24th, you say? Okay, so you can pre-order on the 10th to get it on the 24th. I think it'll be a 2-week pre-order window. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay, let's get the next 3 taken off. These should be relatively straightforward now, these ones. 22 and 23. That's 22. And that's 23. Then there's 28 for the arm. And 26 for the chainsword. I'm going to go dual chainswords for this one. And for the head, I think I'm just going to go for this dude with spikes coming out of his forehead. Why not? Stim pack is 29 right here. Did I get 28? Oh, that must be 10. And then the weapons, we need 20A, which is 27, 40 or 67. We'll go for this 40. And then we also need another chainsword, which will be 4 or 25. 4. We'll go for 4. And that's him done. Next one, 7 and 8. 7. And the leg of 8. It's got to be that one. We've got, oh, okay, C11. So this one you can't customise, this particular chain axe. But you can customise the left-handed weapon. So C10, which is just a left arm. Which I cannot find anywhere for the life of me. There it is. Wow. So C10. And the chainsaw we want, well, let's just get the stim, which is 13. And then the chainsword, we want it to be a 26C. which is, sorry, a 20. So that's going to be 25 if I haven't already used that chainsaw, which I think I probably have. So it's going to be another chain axe then. 44, 61 or 69. 44. 61. There's 61. Let's just use that chainsaw. Chain axe, sorry. Okay, so that's that one. Find a head for him, her. Let's just go for this spiky one. And yeah, we've already got stem. So that is that one done. And then this one, 14 and 15. 14. So it's remarkable that you've got all 10 Jakhals on this sort of one sprue with all their options. I think it's quite cool. I'll talk about that in the review probably. C14, 15. C17, and is it 19 for the left arm? That's 17 for the right. Let me guess, it's 21 for the stem. Yeah, this one. Along with a helmet. Go for this one. And then we need chainsaws and things. So A and C. So 16 or 50. This has got to be 50 then. And then we've got 18 or 9. There's 18, let's use that one. So dual chain swords for that one. Yep, that's okay. Head, chain swords, arms. Yeah, that's fine. So now we've only got 2 more, so there should only be 2 more bodies, torsos, things like that. Yeah, cool. We are storming through these. Storming through them. Tell you. It'll also be a queue system, yep. Nice. Right, again, same as before, we'll clean up all of these 3 and then we'll put them all together. I might be able to finish these 3 before 6 o'clock, which is when I'm gonna kind of end this live stream. We've been going for 2.5 hours. But I will be around just for the pre-order announcement, just to have a few views on that. how do the jackals look next to the other world eaters? They look fine. They're quite similar. Size-wise, I'll show you them in a second. If anything, I'd probably say they go better with the 8-pound. Yeah, so here's the world. Here's one of the corn berserkers, and this is one of the jackals. Yeah, they go very well. Yeah, you can definitely see they've got skulls, they've got the chain weapons. Yeah. And then obviously you've got the 8-pound, which are even bigger than the actual corn berserkers. Massively so. They're just missing their shoulder portions. But the 8-pound are huge compared to the jackals. Absolutely huge. Again, could this Dishonored be on a 32? I think he could have, you know, just about. I mean, the corn berserkers are bigger, but they're on smaller bases. I guess they need to stand out, but he would have stood out a little bit even if he was on a 32. But yeah, hope that sort of helps. What I'll do is I'll just plug in something into the old charger. There you go. Give that a bit of juice. These haven't been too bad. I read a comment in one of the other live streams when I was building the corn berserkers. Was it last week or something? Where they're a bit tricky. They're a bit awful. They're not. They've been fine today. And I have embraced a little bit of the challenge that they've given compared to the Chaos Cultist models. So yeah. mean, how do they compare to like the World Eaters set? I mean, if you were going to ask me, Super, should I buy, you know, the Corn Berserkers, I mean, should I buy a box of Corn Berserkers or Jakhals? I would say get the Corn Berserkers. I definitely had more fun building them, and they still have a fair few options, which is great. Let's finish tidying these up. As I say, pretty much all this week you're going to get reviews of World Eaters. Well, from Tuesday anyway. Or is it from Wednesday? Yeah, from Wednesday. Well, we'll build one after another, I think. So clean one, build one, and repeat. I mean, really, another thing about these jackals is there's nothing sort of stopping you from having them as cultists as well, like just normal cultists. Yeah, they don't have any ranged weapons on them, but I'm sure your opponent would be all right to overlook that. In a way, it's just getting another set, isn't it? I guess it's another, yeah. Oh. Where my armrests are, it's a bit too far. Which is odd because I can't remember it with the other position, but oh well. So let's put these together then. Meat shield unit, definitely. You know, they're cheap, cheerful, and they are just there as a distraction. I do very much like this pose. This is one of my favourite poses in the set though. What is going on here? There we go. And then they want you to put on the arms first. We'll put the head on because you can't really move the head about. The head is very odd for this one. Not quite sure. This is the right one. Oh, there we go. Just went on a bit strange, that one. Leviathan won't be sold out because there's a pre-order window, so it won't be sold out. There'll still be stock for it. It's not like Indomitus. They can't afford for that to happen again. I don't know whether there'll be many left over compared to Dominion, because I think 40k is more popular, and also the two factions in there, I would argue, are two of the most popular factions. Maybe Orcs are slightly more popular, but I'd say it's close between Tyranids and Orcs, very close. Like if they put Eldar in there, or Drakari, or Leagues of Votann, or, I mean, Chaos Space Marines, maybe? But Tyranids, Orcs, and potentially Chaos Space Marines are all a safe bet. Along with Space Marines. They're all a safe bet, yeah. Wow, this alignment, okay. I can see what the chap was on about. Okay, that's interesting how that didn't want to connect. Sorry about that. Rate the battle box you bought throughout 9th edition. What, like the best one? The best battle box? In terms of like army box set as well, I didn't really buy many, did I? So the Orcs one was good. Black Templars had the Redemptor, so, and I didn't buy that really. That was one of the members gifted that to me, so I can't really count that. What other 40k ones did I have? I skipped on a few, like the Custodes one, I know that. Skipped on that one. A couple of kill teams I skipped on. Yeah, this is a really cool pose, I like this one. Vastor, yeah, I skipped on that one because it just had old minis in it. I just bought 2 CMIIW. You just bought 2 CMIIW. I just bought 2 of something then. There you go. That is a really cool pose. I like that. Yeah, that's awesome pose. It's probably one of my favourites, I think, out of this set. It's really just the rage and the anger emanating from this mini. It's very, very cool. Yeah, these are way cooler than just the Chaos Cultists. They're on a completely different level. It makes me wonder how awesome like Death Guard ones would be, or Emperor's Children ones would be. if they gave them the treatment. Yeah, that's a very nice mini, that one. Oh, better keep the arms in the right order. Even the chainsaw's in the right order as well. Eldar versus Chaos Space Marines. Did I get that one? Eldar versus Chaos Space Marines? I wouldn't mind getting the Eldar Combat Patrol, Border Patrol, whatever. That I've wanted to get that for a while, and the same for the Mechanicus one. Just because once I get that, Mechanicus is kind of complete for me. I don't have a huge Mechanicus force, I don't think. And it's really there to kind of support all the knights, seeing as we don't get any kind of house serfs or, you know. And they just look quite cool near knights and titans and things, so. You bought it to the point you get Heldrake. You bought it to the point you get Heldrake. I think I bought a Heldrake separate, didn't I? What was the one with the possessed? Is that the one I'm thinking of? With the Warpsmith? Was it Warpsmith and Possessed in one box? Is it that one? Anyway, I'm going to head off in about, say, 15 minutes or so. I should have finished at least this one by then. Oh yeah, let's finish this one. Yeah, I still need to pick up a couple of things for Seraphon. I think there was 3 things I didn't pick up in the pre-orders. I just want to double check that. Let's have a little look. Right, so we have to go new and exclusive pre-orders. Okay, so of course I didn't pick up the Slandmaster and the Raptidons because they're in this army set. I did pick up the I did pick up the Croxagores and the Aquadons. The Warriors are in the box set, so I didn't pick up them. Picked up the Scar Veteran. I didn't pick up the Skink Starseer. I did pick up the Salamander, and I didn't pick up the Astrolith Bearer. I just think £27.50 for like a lizard with a standard bearer, I think is a bit much. Like, I would rather buy that resin librarian for the same price. And the Skink Starseer, yeah, his rules might be good. I'm not sure, but I don't have many skinks. I don't have any skinks, in fact, other than the ones on the Raptidons. And I already have a Slan Starmaster. So for me to drop another, let's face it, guys, £62 on 2 single kind of HQ type leader models for them when I can't get hold of a Carnosaur and things is a bit much. Like, that 60 something pounds is probably going to be half of the starter set or something. You know, if you think that the starter set's going to be 150, maybe a little bit less. I can't see it being 180, but we'll see. Yep, I did do that one, yeah. What's going on here? My stream is going a bit strange. £200 for the Leviathan box set? Oof. I don't know about that. How much was Indomitus 3 years ago? Indomitus unboxing. Let's see what result I get there. Oh, it's mine. Indomitus unboxing. Mine has a higher search result than that spiky fella. That's quite cool. Oops. That was £125 when it came out. Minus a discount, probably pick it up for about 100. Yeah, if this one's going to be 130, then again, probably pick it up for about 104. so that is that axe done, I think. Okay, so that's all of those pieces kind of cleaned up. Let's put him, her together even. Apologies. Right. Leg on. So this pose, again, isn't too bad, but sort of limits you to the right arm. So whenever you get this model, you'll always have it with this axe swiped down. So what you choose to have in the other arm is the option with this particular model. Again, they want you to put the weapons on first, maybe the head. Oh, pre-orders are up. Thank you, Maxim. I'll go check them out. It's not even 6 o'clock, but I'll go check them out. After I pop her head on. Her head should go on. Like that. Okay, right, let's have a little look. Thanks for not spoiling it for me, everyone, as well. I appreciate that. There's nothing more than I hate is people that spoil things for me, because I'm in a really awesome position where I could spoil so much for people, and I choose not to. Right, all new news. Okay, so we've got the Spaceman Heroes 2023 Death Guard. 2023? What? Haven't they already been out, those ones? I'm sure I've got them. I'm sure I've got them. Underworlds. Okay. Black Library. Lovely looking book though. Lovely special edition. That will be, yeah, 1,250 copies. That'll be snapped up. And then, oh yes, some chibi figures. Yes. I've been hoping for them to come out. And then Warhammer Plus, you're getting to watch for free again, mainly because it's promoting the new Leviathan box set in a battle report, and that's it. So not much at all. A book, the new Underworld set, and some heroes that we had, I want to say a couple of years ago. Did we have them a couple of years ago? They've been about for a while anyway. So yeah. Okay. 2 years ago. Japan issue, re-release. Okay, re-release. So Japan got it first, I think, didn't they? Which is fair enough, you know. It's not that popular over there, is it, compared to the UK and America and Australia and Canada and other parts in Europe. So, whoops, nearly. Right, we'll just put this one onto her base, and then that will be the end of the stream. Yeah, quite cool model. I like that pose too. That pose works. It's just getting them on the bases, I think. If you can get them on the bases, you are laughing all the way to the blood god. Yeah, some of them do have like 1 foot or even like a tiptoe that you have to attach to the base. I mean, that's the trade-off you get for some really cool poses though. So maybe she could be moved over to the side a little bit more. Yeah, that's fine for a pose. That's very, very cool. So 2 awesome looking poses there. We're getting there, we are getting there, but unfortunately that is the end of the stream because I am a little bit hungry now. So I will continue at some point, probably later this evening actually, to finish these 3 and then get the reviews out to you quite quickly. But thank you for joining me today, this afternoon, this evening. I hope you've found it enjoyable, and yeah, I will be back at some point. Hope you enjoy all the videos. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.